Hello and welcome to the 59th installment of the Synapse Misfire Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, joined, as always, by our co-host, Jordan.
That's me.
That's him. Jordan, sometimes I am just so curious about where do we upload this podcast, natively? Where does it go?
Can we just talk about the fact that you're the host and you don't know? and I've said it for 40 episodes and you still don't know?
Where does it go, though?
Don't make me do the bit.
Do the bit.
I want to do the bit.
Do it, Jordan. It won't be an episode if you don't.
I quit. I'm just fucking with you. As always, you can find us natively on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, and of course, Spotify. And if you want to shoot us a message, did I mention YouTube? You should know about YouTube. It was the first. It was the OG.
Yeah.
It's the first. And if you want to shoot us a message, comment on the YouTube video or shoot us an email, synapsemisfire@pm.me. It's also the Synapse Misfire Instagram. Still not revamped. Maybe will be by the time this is up. Who knows? But as of recording, it is not. So, yeah. Ping us there. Do the things. And let us know.
Yeah, do the things.
On to more perplexing matters.
Perplexing
Chris, usually we record, maybe we're done around 4.
Yeah.
4:30 Eastern. Why are we recording this second episode at 5 p.m. Eastern? What happened?
Listen, I slept in a little.
Just a little. like how many hours a little?
Just a little. I went to bed, normally, this is Friday night, I normally go to bed, around midnight. And, 11:30, I was watching something. I was watching some some TFL off-road videos. I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch this, and I'm going to lay down while I watch this, because I have the wireless headphones. Put them on. I lay down, I'm in my bed, and I'm just watching this video. And I'm like, damn, I'm kind of tired. And I'm like, all right, when this one's done, I'm just gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go upstairs, turn on the AC, go to bed, right? So, turns out, I didn't stay awake for the end of the video, and I fell asleep. And then I woke up 6 o'clock this morning, and I'm like, damn. The light's still on. So I shut my light off, and I got back into bed. I'm like, all right, I'll sleep for another couple hours, something like that. And I fell asleep, and I wake up. I'm like, damn. It's only probably been a couple hours, probably 8 o'clock, maybe 9. And I got up because my phone was charging on my desk because my phone charger isn't plugged in behind my bed anymore. It's charging at my desk. So I got up, I'm like, all right, whatever. And I look at my phone, and it's 12:30.
Fucking afternoon, dude.
I'm like, brah. And I have 3 texts from Jordan. I'm like, listen, man, I slept for 12 and a half hours. What do you want from me?
What the fuck did I say? So the first message was, yo, what time do we want to record? And then I put, hello, my friend, wake up, my friend. And the response was just, holy fuck. I just woke up 3:30.
I slept for 12 and a half hours, which is it's atypical for me.
Yeah, no, it is, yeah.
That's weird.
That was funny. Shut up. No, that's funny though. Yeah. So we're recording a little later than normal, which is fine. It's just Saturday, so it's just funny. We're usually
you had plans.
No. I did all my shit in the morning anyway. So, no. Usually we have a pretty solid schedule, seemingly.
Yeah.
And then today it was just I sent the first one, gave it an hour, and I was like, yeah, he's asleep. He's definitely asleep.
Yeah, he's dead.
Imagine the last text you ever get from me is, hello, my friend. Wake up, my friend. And he's just fucking dead.
Because you sent that one an hour and a half afterwards, and then another hour went by, and then I texted you. It's like, oh shit.
Oh no. Shit.
Fuck.
Fuck.
But you had time to clean the rodent cage.
Yeah, fuck the rodents, dude.
Oh, fuck
them.
the rodents.
I hate them. They were ripping fur out of each other, dude.
Jesus.
They were pissed, bro.
Dude, you gotta put Oscar in there. Have him discipline them.
Yeah, usually that discipline just ends up with him whipping some ass.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
He's like a. Might be too edgy of a joke. I was gonna say it's like a dad in the 40s, fucking coming home from work to his children in a messy house.
I heard you weren't so good at school today, and he just beats the fuck out of him with a belt.
The kid does not walk to school. They do not bus to school. They get med flighted to school the next day.
They have to get airlifted. Have you ever seen that video? Holy shit. This just reminded me. Have you ever seen the video? There's a woman, like an old woman, I believe, who had to be airlifted out of a forest to go to a hospital. And they're lifting her up, and the line wasn't right. So she just started spinning, like, fast, too.
Oh, no. Like a fucking propeller?
Yeah. Yeah, she started spinning, like, super fast, and they finally brought her up.
God damn.
Yeah, that's tough.
She's like, all right, don't worry. It only hurts when I spin. They're like, oh, spin? They just start the generator and just like,
like, oh, you have a spinal injury? We're gonna get that out for you.
We're gonna put you in a
It's a big centrifuge to
I
fix
couldn't
your
even
spine.
get it out. I couldn't even get it out. I just pictured going in a centrifuge and her spine compressing. Like a fucking tube of toothpaste, dude.
Jesus.
That's great. Well, it's not great. Sorry to her. Rip. But, yeah, dude. Yeah, so Chris was a sleepy lad.
I slept.
And I do have to report, Chris. I did a thing.
Did you now?
We talked about it last episode.
Something different from cleaning the rodent cage?
Just briefly. Yeah, that too. But, no, so Deathloop comes out next week, or technically, I guess, it would be last week, as of this being uploaded.
As of this being recorded, it's next
week. As of this being recorded, it's next week. And we were talking about that a little bit last episode, not much. But I was browsing Steam, going through my wish list, and I was like, oh, yeah, okay, Deathloop next week. All right, cool. Oh, Life is Strange True Colors comes out in 2 days. Interesting. So I contemplated. I was like, I have nothing to play, really. I gotta stay the K too. And I sat there, and I was like, Life is Strange. It's a good game. I like the first two, but just go for it. And I bought Life is Strange True Colors. It's a good fucking game.
Is it?
It's really good. There's just one thing specifically that I'm just kind of like, really though? Are you sure?
Oh
boy. Are you confident?
Are you gonna say something maybe controversial?
No, not controversial.
Okay.
No, it's about the story.
All right.
Not really spoiler related, technically. It's literally the description of the game is you're solving the mystery with your powers of your brother's death.
Okay.
But how he dies, I'm just kind of like, oh, it's more funny than it is sad.
Damn, that's
like,
tough.
You would expect it like, oh, he was murdered.
Yeah.
Oh,
he just tripped. He fell in the shower.
He basically, I'm going to go into just a brief spoiler. It's literally the first hour of the game, and it's literally just how he dies. And it's basically, so spoiler alert, 3, 2, 1. Basically, you're like, all right, we're going in the woods, but they're doing explosion mining in the area.
Yeah, it's blown up.
And some shit happens in the woods that I won't spoil. And he's like, I'm going to call ahead. Yeah, don't blow up the mines. All right, cool. Hangs up. You explore the woods, you do your thing. He's up on a rock. He's like, it's a happy moment. He's like, yeah, he helped you. You're tied to him with a harness because you're climbing. And he's like, and then the bombs go off to blow up the mine, and he's just kind of standing there, and a boulder just slams him in the chest, and he just flies over the edge of the mountain, and that's it. Bruh. You never hear from him again. It just, one other thing happens that I won't spoil, and then it cuts to chapter 2, and you're just in his funeral.
Jesus.
But what I do like, so this is a $60 game. This isn't $40.
Oh, really?
No episodes. It's all chapters. It's one full game.
Okay.
I like it a lot better that way.
The episodic thing same idea, like
the powers and shit. Yeah, same idea. Like you have a power. You're talking to people, point and click in a way, but it's more like open world. We'll call it. It's not open world. It's like an open town almost.
Yep.
With a couple things you can do. The powers though, Honestly, dude, really interesting. Like, not something you see every day. So, Life is Strange 1 is like, you can rewind time 10 seconds, and it's really cool how it works in the story and shit. Life is Strange 2 is more like telekinetic. But this game is essentially, you can see and feel other characters' emotions. And you think at first, like, no, okay.
I can do that, though.
Like, the fuck?
I could tell you're smiling right now. I could tell you're in a decent mood.
So, no, I'm actually fucking pissed.
Damn.
But it's cool the way they do it. So, for example, one point in the story, it's like when this girl's exposed to someone with a certain emotion that they're strongly feeling, they have an aura. So, like, purple will mean they're scared, blue will mean they're kind of melancholy, and then red means they're angry. Well, if their aura is strong enough, it actually overtakes her, and she begins to do what they're doing and feel what they're feeling and live what they're seeing.
That's weird.
So, for example, there's the beginning scene when you first come to this town. You're like, yeah, you're chilling with your brother, and this guy wants to fight your brother, so he's like emitting a red aura, and she's like, oh fuck. So she's kind of standing there. The dude starts kicking the shit out of her brother.
Damn.
And she like starts getting affected by him being angry, and then all of a sudden the whole screen just like goes red, and she just charges the dude and beats him into the ground.
Damn.
And it's just like she just loses control essentially, and it's just really cool. Like, you'll be walking around the town, and there's like a dot above someone's head, and you can focus in on it, and it lets you like read their thoughts. So like one guy is just kind of sitting there like having coffee, and there's like a purple aura over his head, and you read it, and he's like, oh man, I got that job interview, I don't know how it went, oof, I'm fucking scared. But he's just sitting there drinking coffee, and it's just cool getting in people's heads, and like, and it also plays into the narrative. So
okay,
at one point I just happened to do like, because I'm exploring like every fucking nook and cranny in this game at the moment, but I basically found a note that it was an object with emotion attached to it, so then you can play what happened with that note. Okay. And it was basically like a huge fight between this couple. So then when I went to speak to one of the people in the couple, I was able to use that in conversation to get them to tell me something about the other person. And it was cool. It gave you like contextual like actions based off of it. So
we gotta do our playthrough of Life is Strange's.
After the video thing we mentioned last episode, that's what I wanted to talk about too, is when we want to do that and how we want to do it, because I do want to.
I have a pretty decent idea of how I want to do it, so.
Alright, cool. We'll talk about it right after this then. But yeah, dude, I'm telling you though, True Colors, I mean, maybe if point and click games aren't your cup of tea, like if you're not like, dude, I love point and click games and that kind of thing, maybe don't buy it for 60 bucks. Wait a little bit.
I don't think anyone is sitting there like, damn, I really love a point and click.
Well,
it's kind of just, it's more of like a movie more than anything.
Yeah, let me kind of so it's tough because they classify it as point and click, but it's not how it used to be. So point and click used to be literally that, static screen, click on objects. Then Telltale came around and it became like, oh, ultra wide camera perspective. You
can kind of move
walk around, interact.
Yeah.
This is over the shoulder third person.
Okay.
And then you walk up to things and click on them and do things and like interact with objects. More so, I'd say like the other Life is Strange games, but a little bit more like over the shoulder camera based. So it's not as dumbed down as point and click. But it's a good game, dude. It's fucking good. There's a couple cringy moments, as is with Life is Strange, but I also kind of came to the conclusion, like, what other point and click games are there besides, now that Telltale's gone, the Life is Strange games?
There's not many. I mean, aside from like, I guess that's indie adjacent, but it's not really indie.
Yeah.
There's
not anymore anyway.
There's probably indie games that are just kind of like that.
Yeah. It's just weird. It's like, I thought about them like Don't Nod or what do they call it? Like Team Deck or something like that. I used to think it was Don't Nod that made the original, and now I think it says Team Deck or some shit that made this one. They must have changed
them because it was Don't Nod.
That's right. I can't find their logo. Let me confirm, because it says Team Deck every time you load the game. I didn't see Don't Nod because I thought they made the original.
Maybe they were bought out. Maybe they changed their name. I don't know. Because it definitely was Don't Nod.
Deck 9 is who develops it. That's who I've been seeing. Not Team Deck. I said like the fucking Steam Deck.
Developed by the Steam Deck.
Deck 9. Deck 9. They're just a small developer underneath Square Enix. So it isn't Don't Nod anymore.
Same thing as Don't Nod. Whereas like they were a subsidiary, I guess, of...
Yeah, because Life is Strange right here, I just looked, it's made by Don't Nod. And Deck 9.
Oh, okay.
So Deck
So
Nine
Don't Nod isn't involved anymore.
Don't Nod, I think, moved on to Vampire because they made Vampire, which was a decent-ish game.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's Deck 9, and where the fuck was I going with that? What was my point? Don't Nod. Oh, it's very reminiscent of, like, you know, the older Telltale games, things like that.
Okay.
And I kind of realized, like, after Telltale shut down and everything went up in fucking the air for them, Deck 9 / Don't Nod are, like, the only ones that kind of do it right. Like, Life is Strange 1 is really good. Life is Strange 2 is really good from what I played and saw. And then this new one's really good. But, like, I can't think of any other games that are quite like it, you know? There's not really a ton of point-and-click games besides maybe the indie space, like you said. So, and this makes me, I mean, what I would like to see, the one thing I think is missing from Life is Strange, and think about it, right? You have 3 games, technically 4, I guess, but 3 games that are based around these, like, teenagers with powers, right?
Yeah.
But you never learn what the fuck are these powers? Are they some sort of higher cognitive force because maybe they're more intelligent, or
well, I don't know.
is it genetic? Or
I mean, because it's only the 3 main games. Like
yeah, the second before the storm
was just
Chloe.
Yeah.
Just Chloe doing Chloe things.
Yeah.
That was a good game too, though. But I thought it'd be almost interesting for them to do like a 4th game because I think they're going to keep the series going because a lot of people like the series. Would be cool to almost tie together like what are these powers? What are these all in the same universe?
And
like
they start adding like lore.
Yeah,
it.
because they are in the same universe. Because they did confirm that with Life is Strange 2, because there's notices you can find with Arcadia Bay on it. So it's in the same universe. So you're telling me that, like, there's no crossover? Like, at any point, none of this kind of overlaps?
It's a very, very advanced and drawn-out run-up to an Avengers-style game. Or it's just a bunch of people with these powers. And
that would be sick.
And they, like, fight crime or some shit.
That would be kind of dope. No, it's like Gotham Knights, but instead it's them. Shut up. That would be kind of fucking funny. But also, fun fact, Stephanie's story. You meet Stephanie in the beginning of the game. I know who she is. Cool. I'll be buying the DLC once it comes out.
Oh.
She's actually a really likable character. She's one of the best characters in the game.
So you want to know her story now?
I want to know her story now.
Interesting.
So it's almost like instead of announcing it before the game came out, they should have let me meet Stephanie.
Exactly, yeah. I feel like that would have made sense.
Also, Chinese players are currently review bombing the game.
Really?
Because there was a certain flag. I forget what flag it was.
Maybe a Taiwanese flag or something.
I don't know if it was something
Free Hong Kong flag or something.
I don't think it was on the nose like that. It was something, and yeah, they're mad.
Yeah, that seems to make sense. That seems to fall in line with how that is. Like how John Cena, he did an interview about Fast 9. And yeah. he said that if
Tibetan.
he could pick any country Fast and Furious could go to, he said it would be Taiwan. Something to that effect, I believe. And then the people of China got so mad at John Cena for recognizing Taiwan as a country that he had to apologize in Mandarin to the Chinese people. And he's surprisingly good at speaking Mandarin. It's scary.
God damn. It's a Tibetan flag.
Oh, yeah, same idea.
Yeah. So
when you recognize Tibet as not China, they're like, I don't know about that. It's like if we got upset that people were recognizing Texas and not the United States.
Yeah, but I don't think we'd get upset about that.
I'm saying it would be we got upset about that.
No, yeah, no, I know. It's just like I can't comprehend.
I don't know. I don't live over there. I don't understand. I'm not educated enough on the situation to speak on it. So
yeah, I mean neither am I.
And nor is this the show to speak on it.
Definitely not. It's definitely not the show. So if you're not offended by the game, it's a good fucking game.
If you're not offended by Tibet,
it's a great game.
You know,
I haven't even seen the Tibetan flag in the game. I don't even know what the fuck it looks like. I'll have to look it up and see if I can spot it.
So,
but yeah, it's a really good game. I recommend it. And maybe me and Chris will finally get some fire under our ass to make that Life is Strange 2 thing. So.
Yeah. Fire.
Yeah.
Remember when we were going to do a fireside podcast and then there was a hurricane?
Remember when we were going to be camping?
and then there was a hurricane.
Remember when we were going to do the Fireside Podcast at the campsite?
And then there was a hurricane.
Remember when we made equipment lists and bought equipment and put all this equipment together and we're going to drive to a campsite, but then...
And then there was a hurricane?
Yeah. I don't know if we ever officially said what we kind of decided, but I'm pretty sure we're holding that off until spring of next year. Right? Wasn't that kind of our plan?
I think so, yeah.
Sorry. It's going to be a year 2 thing instead, I guess.
Maybe. I don't know. But,
instead of a year 1 anniversary, it's like, yeah, year 2. Woo.
Yeah, year 1 anniversary, but it's almost at the end of year 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What'd you start, Chris?
What do I have?
Throw something at me.
School.
School is cool, bro.
Not really.
Why not?
So I'm going back to school.
Getting smarter.
Yeah. You know how I spoke last episode about my car, my Fiesta.
Yeah.
So that meant for a couple days I was left with just my Suburban.
Made sense. At least you had the backup vehicle, I guess, right?
Yeah, and that's what I like conceptually about having 2 vehicles. So when I go to school, it's the heart of a city, and that's where there's like a little area where the campus is pretty much like every other college.
Yep. Heart of a city surrounded by city.
Basically, yeah. And then there's you go 2 blocks down that way, and there's the rest of the city rather than, this area, this little block right here is college.
Yep.
So they have a garage on campus, like a parking garage, so I can park. And boy, let me tell you, if there was ever a vehicle that was not meant to be in that parking garage, it is a Chevrolet Suburban. That
height
thing,
or the actual width?
all of it. Actually, the height wasn't an issue.
No.
The height was an issue. The length was an issue, mainly, and the width. So, not only did I have to take turns a lot narrower than I would normally. I would take a turn very wide, how I would normally.
Yeah.
But that wasn't always an option. So I would have to take the turn very kind of tight, and the front end of the vehicle would move, but because it's, a solid thing, the back end also has to move, and sometimes it didn't like it, so it would just spin the tires and move me.
Yeah.
So I would just go as I'm trying to turn, and then parking the thing was a fucking nightmare. Once I actually found a parking space, because that's already a problem. Once I actually found a parking space, I would get into the parking space, and the ass end of the Suburban would stick out like another 3 feet, 4 feet, maybe even 5 or 6 feet out into the garage.
God damn.
Because the parking spaces aren't big enough.
Got that big badonk, man.
Well, here's the thing, though, is it's there are vehicles bigger than the Suburban, like a Chevy, like a Silverado 1500. That's bigger than a Suburban, and that's not an uncommon vehicle.
No, it's a pretty standard truck, yeah.
Why would they not build a garage to house one of the most common vehicles?
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's true.
But then I thought about that afterwards, and I did a little survey in my head, just making mental note of things. I was on the 4th, I think there's 5 or 6 floors to this garage. I was on the 4th floor. This was actually after I got the Fiesta back, so I was a lot happier about it. So I was actually able to maneuver around the garage. So I was driving down, and I was like, all right, I'm going to make mental note of how many large vehicles I see, how many pickup trucks, how many big SUVs I see. I saw 2 pickup trucks and no big SUVs.
Maybe it's a college thing.
I saw an F-150 and I saw a Tacoma. And that's it. No one had a Tahoe or a
Explorer or anything.
There's a few Jeep Wranglers, but they're not really big.
They're tall, but they're not
tall,
long.
But they're not long. That's the point, because they're off-roaders. They have short wheelbases.
Yeah.
And like a Tacoma, that's not a big truck either.
Yeah, it's not. No. Not unless, like the guy at work always says, like, yeah, unless you're a Tacoma guy and you do all this modifications and don't use it as a truck, then it's a big truck.
That's fair. That's fair. I always am on the lookout. This is completely unrelated, but I am always on the lookout for Tacomas because I really want a Tacoma.
Yeah.
I really can't afford a Tacoma, especially now.
Now more than ever, yeah.
But that's beside the point. I'll talk about that in a moment. But,
so not many big vehicles on a college campus, which
no,
I guess made sense. Maybe
it's
they did their own survey as to what college students drive, and that's what they based
I
their
guess, but I'm
designs on?
college students too, and
But you're in the minority, man.
damn, that's tough. But I don't know. Maybe it's because of where we live.
Big
Like
truck.
if it was a college in the South, maybe it would be like, everyone drives a pickup truck.
Yeah. They're, you know what it is? It's just they're like big truck, tiny wieners.
Whereas I live more in a more rural area.
Yeah.
Not rural, but it's like suburban.
For our area, yeah.
Yeah. And like everyone has a pickup truck out here. 1 out of every 3 vehicles I see is a pickup truck.
If you do any amount of work, whether it's your own housework, your own plumbing, your own fucking like construction, like if you do any sort of physical work as like a hobby or a side job, you have a truck or at least a large SUV. You cannot drive around in like a Ford Fiesta carrying bundles of shingles.
Listen, I don't even do like work really. I just like trucks. And I feel as if people give people shit about this a lot. Like, oh, you bought a TRD off-road and you don't take it off-road. No, I don't. I just like the way it looks.
TRD off-road.
Or you have a Silverado, but you never put anything in the bed. No, I just liked the truck. I like how it looks.
Mm-hmm.
And
guess what? If I have to put anything in the bed, I can.
I have that option now. I just don't usually have anything to put there. I just like trucks. Is that really a problem?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a lot of people give grief about that because I don't know why.
Well, a lot of people, on the inverse, a lot of people give grief that are like, oh, you bought a small car, you can't store anything. And like, yeah, I don't have to store anything or transport anything. That's the point.
That's why, right, my last daily, I had a Hyundai Accent. The trunk is pretty roomy, but it's like the only thing going to be back there is groceries.
Yeah. And that's like a handful of items. Like.
And my current daily is a Ford Fiesta ST, which is
with a very nice
little.
trunk, might I say.
It is surprisingly roomy
for what it is.
Yeah. But it's a little car. It's tiny.
Tiny. It's like a pug face, you know.
My fun cars, they're usually trucks. So I like trucks. I just like them.
Yeah, that's why you had the Canyon for a while. Not because you had to carry tons of weight, but because you wanted a manual truck.
I did put stuff in the bed a few times.
Yeah. And then camping. How would we have gone camping elsewise, besides if the storm didn't fuck us?
Yeah, if we actually did go camping, then, how would we carry everything?
Yeah, where would we sleep, If it was a downpour rain and we couldn't be in the tent.
Another big thing is like, oh, why do you prioritize 4-wheel drive?
I live in New England, motherfucker.
It snows, man. And I'm like, well, it doesn't help. It doesn't help you when you're sliding. Oh, but it certainly fucking helps, doesn't it? You don't need running shoes to run, but it certainly helps.
Yeah. I've always loved that argument. I remember one time, I'm not even going to say names, but someone made an argument to me and was like, yeah, 4-wheel drive, it doesn't work that great. So I was backing into my mom's driveway.
I remember this specific argument. I really like this one.
Half on stone, half on wet, muddy dirt in my Explorer. Keep in mind, it's Explorer. I want to say it's rear-wheel drive, and then when I engage 4-wheel, it's obviously 4-wheel.
Yep.
So I'm backing into my driveway, my mom's driveway, spinning my right tire, just spinning out on the mud, and my car's turning sideways. And I'm like,
check this shit out.
I'm like, fuck, I can't get in the driveway. Put it in drive, roll forward to the curb, and I just look at the passenger and I go, 4-wheel drive doesn't work? I hit 4x4, put it in reverse, and fucking booked it up that driveway. Not a single slip. Not a single issue. Just right into the spot, put that bitch in park, turned off four-wheel, and went, yep, four-wheel was a myth.
I drove my Canyon once in the snow, like when the snow was just starting. And then I parked somewhere for like an hour. And then by the time I got out, there was like probably an inch of snow already on the ground. And it was still falling, so the trunks haven't gotten out yet.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, whatever. I put it in four-wheel drive. It was smooth sailing home.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
My Suburban four-wheel has an automatic transfer case, so you just put it in auto four-wheel drive.
Yep.
That shit actually worked for me the other day in the rain. Because I don't have great tires and I can't be fucked to replace them just yet. I have it in auto four-wheel drive, and I put my foot down. I hear the tires go zzz, and I hear ka-chunk, and then I start moving because the transfer case engaged and started pulling me forward to prevent me from sliding.
Yep. There you go.
So,
but four-wheel drive's a myth, Chris. Don't worry about it.
It's a myth. You don't need it if you don't go off road.
I still remember we had a teacher in high school who actually said that to me too.
Really?
Yeah, history teacher.
Damn. Okay.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He looked me in my eyes and he was like, "Yeah, people rely on four-wheel drive too much. It doesn't really do much." And I just went, and looked away.
You know, he had a pickup truck and he still has a pickup truck. And both of those pickup trucks were undoubtedly four-wheel drive.
Yeah. First of all, if you buy any truck without four-wheel drive, the fuck?
Well, it depends where you live. If I lived in like Southern California, why do I need four-wheel drive?
I'm gonna say, yeah, Texas had snow though, so I bet they regretted it.
I guess
they were fucked, dude.
Dude, they got bad because they have like a shitty power grid too. It's like an independent power grid.
They're also not used to that, so they don't even have like salt.
Yeah, and they're not prepared for snow. So, Jesus, they got bad.
That's
they're
so
not prepared
unusual,
for snow, and their houses aren't built for it either.
Yep.
So I just saw multiple videos of people just in their house being like, "Huh, there's a crack in the ceiling," and then their fucking roof caves in. Because of all the weight of the snow. Because their houses aren't built for that. Our houses are built for that. We get snow all the time.
Every year. Like, pretty much is on the clock. Every year, baby.
I think this winter's going to be bad. With all the rain we've been getting.
I've had that hunch for a while.
With all the rain we've been getting. I've heard it on the news, too, that this winter's supposed to be really bad with snow. So.
Probably a bad time to own a 2009 Cobalt.
Probably a good time to own a 2004 Chevrolet Suburban. Probably a good time to get new tires for said Chevrolet Suburban.
Probably a good time to have a job that I can work from home on, so I don't really care.
Ooh, that's tough. I don't got one of those.
My 5-minute commute will now be a no commute.
Dude, you can always walk.
Yeah, I know. No, I almost did last year at one point. When not last year, the year before, when my Explorer broke down. So, dude, driving the Explorer in the snow with a slipping second gear.
That's tough.
Ooh, mama, that was fun.
Tough.
That was fun.
Front-wheel drive does surprisingly well in the snow. Not nearly as well as four-wheel drive, but a lot better than rear-wheel drive.
Yes, sir. I had no issues with my car last year. We didn't get a ton either.
The day I found out, or it might have been the day it actually broke, on my Jeep, my Jeep Liberty, my very first car. My four-wheel drive broke right when we got snow. I put it into four-wheel drive to hear gong, and then I couldn't put it in four-wheel drive anymore. Or sorry, I could, but didn't actually do anything. The front drive shaft broke. So then I had to do rear-wheel drive all the way home. That shit was scary.
Especially because the school we went to at the time was probably like a good 35 minutes from your house.
No, like 20.
20?
But also...
On highway or no?
By highway.
By highway, yeah.
But this was... I was going to the gas station. So I wasn't that far from my house, thankfully.
Yeah.
And if I needed the four-wheel drive from school, I'd just take my dad's truck.
Yeah, I remember. I remember you took your dad's truck a few times.
It used to be what I drove.
Yeah.
That truck was fucking nice. I missed that truck a lot.
Yeah. I remember getting yelled at in the high school parking lot to leave.
We always used to do that. We would hang out
for literally like an hour.
Sometimes, yeah. In high school, in parking lot, in high school, and there was this, like, patrol of people. There was, like, the assistant principal and someone else in administration.
Co-op coordinator.
Some guy that I very much still dislike, just conceptually. I just hate that he exists.
Is there, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, man.
So, but it's not for that reason. It's just I don't like the look of him. I don't like his attitude.
He's skeevy.
And,
slimy.
and
scummy.
They would always patrol afterwards, the parking lot. And they would always say, like, hey, get out of here. But they would never make sure we actually
They would never,
left.
like, stand there, yeah.
No. So we'd be like, okay. We would get in our cars. We would wait. They would walk back into the building. We'd just get back out.
If we really wanted to sell it, we might start the car.
Yeah.
Like, half the time we didn't, but if they happen to look back, we'd be like, oh, start it, okay?
And there was that one day where we saw them all the way down at the end of the parking
Coming
lot. Coming towards us, and we're like, all right. And we all got into our cars, started them, and then we sat there for a minute, like, on our phones, and then they walked back into the building, and we got back out.
And
Fucking
then,
assholes.
I think that was the same day that the cop of the school, like, the I don't even know what he really was, but the security, I guess he was the cop of the school.
Yeah, he was like
drove by us right after, and we were like, oh, fuck. And he was like, hey, what's up? And he just left.
He's like a city police officer that was stationed at the school. It was weird.
It's kind of weird, yeah.
It was strange, but I don't even remember him ever doing anything. He just kind of stood around.
Yeah.
Which
never really shot anyone, so I guess that's good.
Well, I guess maybe that's why he was there, just in case he had to.
Yeah.
One of the students was getting too rowdy. He threw a chicken nugget at lunch, so he just gets fucking shot.
We're sitting at lunch, and I'm like, man, that guy over there is real loud. And you just see him walk in, just boom, he just ices the guy, and everyone turns, and I was like, huh.
Because I remember him seeing him, looking at him. He always carried so much ammunition.
Dude, like 5 clips.
He had like 4 or 5 magazines, and then he had like a pouch with a bunch of bullets in it. Like, what do you need 65 rounds for in a high school, bro?
Oh, it's too good. But dude, yeah, there was some good times in that high school parking lot, dude.
Good times.
Fucking hanging out there.
Just chilling, because I had to kill time because I used to work.
At like 4 or something.
After school, I used to work, but it wasn't that far for me to go to work. So.
But it was farther to go home. So.
Yeah, so it was a pain in the ass to go home and then come back. So, I'd just hang out in the parking lot, and if it was an instance where we all had to leave or whatever, I would go almost to work, and I would sit in the Wendy's near my work and just sulk and eat chicken nuggets in my car because I was upset with that job. I didn't want to go there.
What job was it? Was it KFC or was it the IT job?
It was my IT job. I was upset. I just didn't want to go there. Just sit down. I just eat food. I'm like, God damn. And I just
so fucking mad.
And then I would go in. I would clock in. I would sit at my desk for 2 hours and leave. I wouldn't do anything because everyone was like, oh, IT leaves at 4. And then I would show up at 4, and everyone's like, okay, IT's not there. So no one would bother me.
Fucking jackasses, dude. Good times, good times. Yeah.
I guess so.
Good fucking times, man. I have a couple little weird things I'm gonna do to my car soon. Couple little
twin turbos.
No.
Damn.
Couple little TLC improvements.
Like what?
I think I mentioned it a little bit. So I am replacing my driver's side window regulator because that shit do be sticky. I greased it the other day, but it's sticky still. So I do have to replace that. Passenger side's still crisp. I'm putting new cranks as well. I'm not going to go all the way for automatic windows because then...
You're not going to do an electric conversion?
Yeah, it's just a pain in the fucking ass. I would do it because I am going to replace the inner door panels. I would do it for that reason, but then I have to actually run the electricity, and I'm not fucking with it. So crank windows are fine, but I'm going to put new cranks on them, aluminum cranks instead of black plastic ones.
See, honestly, crank windows, conceptually, don't bother me. Like, I feel like the electric windows, they're nice, but like it's not a necessity.
Yeah.
I would
like power lots though. That would be nice.
Here's my thought on the matter. if I had the choice between power locks and power windows, I know what my choice would be. Power locks.
Yeah.
If it was like, you can have one or the other in this car.
And that's
power locks. Easy.
Yeah. Easy choice. Yeah.
What is nice, though, what I've learned, what's super convenient, is the button locks. Where my Fiesta has this now, where if my key is in my pocket, because it's push button too, so I can just keep the fob in my pocket. I just hit the button on the door, and it unlocks.
Yeah.
That shit's super convenient, but I could live without it.
Could live without it, yeah. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna do outer door handles on the car. I'm gonna put like actual black handles on them.
Okay.
Inside, I'm trying to get a black interior door panel to put on instead of like the beige grayish color that I have now. The only problem I'm having, well, number one is finding it, but also the glove box is beige, so I might have to get new glove box if I want it to match. But we'll see how it looks.
Paint it.
No.
Okay.
It looked like shit. Type of material is a dash material. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it'll paint very well.
I don't think so either.
But so yeah, there's that cranks. And then I do want to get like a muffler tip, not anything for like speed or anything. I mean, I'm sorry, not speed, sound or anything like that.
You just want to make it look cool.
Just a muffler tip because right now it's just a pipe out of the back of the car. So.
Are you gonna rewrap the spoiler at some point?
I was thinking about replacing it with just a black spoiler at some point if I can
I
find
think that
one.
might honestly look better.
Oh, and the Chevy logos. I'm gonna replace them with actual black Chevy logos and not shitty spray painted ones.
That's fair. That's fair.
Just a couple like little things like that. I don't want to do anything too major. As much as I would love to make this a project car, I prefer to just save as much money as possible.
You can't really do a project car as your daily though.
It's tough. You could, yeah. It's usually not worth it. That's the problem.
And especially,
I'm gonna give it 4-wheel drive.
Let's pop this one into 4-low real quick. Nice. This is my off-roader now.
I'm gonna have to lift it like 8 inches, but yeah.
It's not an incredible platform either. The Chevy Cobalt. I don't know if they have a massive aftermarket for it.
A little, not a ton,
Probably
not
more
like,
for the SS.
Probably,
than
yeah.
anything else.
Not for the base, really. But yeah, there's just a couple little TLC improvements. Door regulators mostly because if I slip one more time and punch my dash because of trying to crank the window, I'm gonna fucking break something. Like I'm gonna break something.
He's about to lose it, bro.
So
I'm gonna do a couple things to the Fiesta just cosmetically before I touch anything performance-wise. Yeah. Because I don't want to do that for a little while. I'm gonna wait a few months, maybe even a year, something like that, to touch anything performance-wise. I just want to kind of ride this thing out, see if like everything's on the level, nothing blows itself up.
Yeah.
But there's a Ford Performance carbon fiber, probably not real carbon fiber, shift knob that looks pretty cool that I like. But what I would prefer, the normal Fiesta ST shift knob, but it was actually aluminum rather than plastic to look like aluminum.
Oh, you could probably get one, I'm sure.
I'll probably look for one. And they have the all-weather mats with the ST logo on them.
That's cool. Yeah, I do have to say that was one of my favorite things about the car when you showed me. Is in the I think it's just the front doors. In the front door cutouts on the base,
the ST in the
ST logo like as part of the step. It's cool.
Yeah,
it's very nice.
I do like that. And I want to put the Fiesta logo back on the back.
Yeah, because right now it just says Ford ST, right, or some shit.
Yeah, whoever owned the car before I did took the Fiesta logo off the back.
But it still has the ST logo, doesn't it?
But they just left the ST logo.
So it just says Ford ST.
So it
they
just
should put a D, STD.
It has the Ford logo in the middle, and then just on the bottom right, it just says ST. That's Fiesta ST. People who get like a car like that and then debadge it to make it look fancy.
Instead of just debadging all of it as well.
Because that's what like supercars do. They don't put badges really on their car. It's not full of badges.
Yeah.
Listen,
I'm a fan of badges though, man.
Listen, bro, your Honda Civic, everyone's gonna know it's a Honda Civic, even if you take the badges off.
Yeah, they might confuse confuse it for a fucking what's it called? Like a Toyota potentially. They're just like, that could be a Toyota. Oh no, it's a Honda. Yeah. When they hear your straight piped Civic, they'll know it's a straight piped Civic.
Bringing it back to school, bro. There was this fucking dude. I was walking to class, and there was this dude in a clapped out Civic who he pulled off the curb, and mind you, this area is incredibly crowded with people just walking on the streets trying to get to class or wherever.
Or fucking coffee shop, like.
Yeah. There's probably 150 people just on the street. And this dude, I'm waiting to cross, because there's a green light, waiting to cross, and this dude, he drives past, and then he just takes first gear all the way to the limiter, straight piped, completely, no muffler, no cats, nothing, because I could smell it afterwards. You know, when you see one of these shitbox cars with the exhaust is like, sounds like a very angry wasp, and then you can smell it afterwards. You're like, oh, smells like no cats. This guy just said, fuck the environment.
He said no pussy, baby.
he said, fuck the environment. I'm not like a crazy environmentalist either.
But like, what the fuck?
I also don't like having a stinky car.
I know. How would you? I don't know, man. I don't know why you'd want to drive one of those. I also, like you were saying about debadging. I really like debadging cars. Like, when I get a Mustang someday, ideally, like, I want that motherfucking horse on there, baby.
Exactly.
That horse better be there.
Like, you're not gonna fool anyone, especially with maybe you just didn't like the Fiesta logo. Because
does the Fiesta logo have the eco symbol on it by any chance? Maybe
No.
That's why. I was gonna say.
No, it's just a chrome Fiesta logo.
Yeah, I know some of them have an eco logo at the bottom.
The Focus ST, which is a bit faster, has like 50 more horsepower.
Mm-hmm.
Just has the ST badge, if I remember rightly. So maybe he was trying to fool somebody, even though they.
Oh yeah, almost... hatchback versus a fucking sedan.
No, they're both hatchbacks, but the Focus is like noticeably bigger. Like
I'm thinking of Fusion. Sorry, I'm thinking of Fusion.
The Fusion.
Fusion, dude, the 2019 Ford Fusion Titanium all-wheel drive edition. That was my car, until I moved out and couldn't afford it. But dude, I was on the verge of buying one of those. That's a nice car.
Does it have the dual clutch?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And the Titanium, I'm
That's
not
tough.
mistaken, Titanium does.
That's tough.
Does it?
Those Ford dual clutches.
Let me see. I need to make sure.
What is it called? Power Shift or Pro Shift or something? Those transmissions are awful.
Let me see.
They're terrible.
2019 Ford.
You know what I do hate, but also kind of like?
What?
I really like it, but I hate the way it's made. Is the Ford Raptor, the new one?
Dude, I just drove by. I think it was a Bronco. Dude, I haven't seen a Bronco in so long. That shit was nice.
The new Broncos too. I really want a new Bronco. They're really nice. That was actually one of the vehicles I was looking at was a new Bronco.
They're really
I'm like,
nice.
I'm not going to be able to get this till 2025. So, I'm not going to worry about it.
It's not telling me if it's dual clutch, but it doesn't look like it is. I think I was wrong about that.
But
6-speed, yeah, no. It's not dual clutch.
Oh. You probably get off fine then.
It's a nice car though.
The new Ford Raptor, it's just on the bed. It's just all these weird, stupid graphics. I'm like, stop. You just put the Raptor thing on it, and it'd be fine. And it's still an insanely comedic truck. It's fast, it's loud, it's really good off-road. But now you gotta ruin it. You gotta put all these stupid badges and stupid stickers on it. Stop.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
My favorite thing.
Also,
favorite things. Go ahead.
I was looking at Ford Raptors the other day. I was like, do these exist anywhere? Like, can you just go to a dealership and buy one? Or are they like everything else right now?
Mm-hmm.
I saw one at a Ford dealership, a local Ford dealership, listed for $129,000. This isn't a cheap truck. The retail's like $70,000. But $129,000 because they're so hard to come by right at the moment.
That's crazy.
So,
my favorite thing, and I've mentioned this before, is on the Explorers, where the grill just says Explorer, or the F-150 where it just says F-150.
Or the Bronco.
Or the Bronco. Dude, the Bronco that I drove by, it just said Bronco. I was like, oh, yes,
really
dude.
like the... Listen.
And then you have the Chevy with it says Chevrolet, and then a tiny little
badge.
baby Chevy.
I don't like that
and I'm
part.
fucking pissed about that.
I don't like that part. I just like the
I need to take a
Chevrolet
photo of that
thing.
one still to show you.
No, they're all like that. I've
fucking
seen
hate
a
it, dude.
million like that.
Fucking hate it. So dumb.
The Ford Bronco, ideally, The 2-door one, not the 4-door, the 2-door one. With the 7-speed manual.
Chris's wish list.
Chef's kiss. That's gonna be the 0.0001% of Broncos, because no one wants a 2-door and no one wants the manual, because you have to settle for the smaller engine.
Mm-hmm.
You only get the 4-cylinder versus the 6. So, I mean, it's not so much down on power, but it's down on torque like a lot, by like 100 foot-pounds or something. So that's the noticeable difference.
Yeah.
Because otherwise,
still sounds like it'd be a fun ass fuck, dude.
You get the twin turbo V6 from the F-150.
That would be fun though. That would be dope. I'd love to fuck around in like a truck one day. We wanted to do that with the Liberty until it was like falling apart, but
yeah, and then we realized it's not even worth our time.
Yeah. True that. But yeah, dude. I don't know if I don't think I'm ever gonna really own a truck. I know my ideal situation in a way is I kind of want an Explorer and then a Mustang. Well, it's some sort of SUV. I prefer Explorers, but so I don't know if I'd ever go as far as like an F-150. I mean, it's not really much bigger. Now like a new F-150's a bit bigger than like a new Explorer, but comparatively, like an Explorer now compared to an F-150 5 years ago, they're pretty marginally different in size.
The new F-150, they have I think this year for 2021 they did the new hybrid system, which is
really?
like stupid. It is. It's like it can go 0 to 60. This truck can go 0 to 60 in like 4.5 seconds or something. Holy stupid shit. Like that.
God damn.
Well, there's no business. There's this truck. This 3-ton truck has no business going 0 to 60 faster than my Fiesta ST.
Yeah, that's crazy. We want to pool our money and put a down payment of $45 on a
$45
on an F-150.
Yeah.
That they're not going to be able to build.
Yeah, they're gonna. Thanks for your order. Unfortunately, we're not going to have the parts to actually build this until 2028.
Our refund machine is actually broken,
because we can't get parts to fix that either. So,
thanks for your money.
Thanks for your money, though. We'll get you that truck at some point.
Maybe Dave. What's your name again? Sure.
What do they call you? I don't know. Customer.
Number 5.
Joe Customer.
Oh my God! You just made me think of the guy at our work. Not the guy at our work, but the guy who talks to us via email. I'm a customer, not a number. Really made me think of that immediately.
So we did a little truck tangent.
Yeah.
But, truck starts with T. You know what else starts with T?
Tuberculosis.
TikTok.
Tick, yeah.
I want to talk about TikTok for a minute, because there's a new trend on TikTok that is fucking hilarious to me.
Can you show me? I haven't seen it.
It's this trend. I'm going to explain it to you. It's called the devious or diabolical licks, and it's just all people going to school and stealing shit. Like equipment from the school.
I saw the kid get arrested. I saw that.
Some kid got arrested for it.
Yes. I saw that.
It's so
He posted
stupid.
a TikTok that said, "Y'all motherfuckers got me arrested."
I love that trend so much because it's always ridiculous. The video format is so simple, too. It's just a kid showing their backpack, opening it, and showing what they've stolen. So it's like some kid stole a projector. Someone stole a microscope. Someone took a bubbler, or someone else took a urinal. I saw too.
That's awesome. But also, shit.
I saw someone took a hand sanitizer thing, and then I saw another one, which was only tangentially related to the trend. That someone said, "You're taking this trend too far," and an entire stall was missing from the bathroom. Both the walls were gone.
That's fucking awesome. That's what's called devious licks, you said?
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
That trend is so stupid. I love it.
Do you think that trend will ever make it to the workplace?
Maybe.
We're gonna walk in the bathroom and the stall is gonna be gone. The IT guy's gonna be like, hey, check it out.
Check this shit out. I'm gonna be standing there at the urinal,
and I'm gonna snatch it.
and you're gonna come up behind me, put your hand between my legs while I'm pissing and take the urinal. What are you doing, Jordan? Listen, man, it's for TikTok.
You get the views, man. The views.
It's for TikTok, man. Come on.
I don't know. Fuck it. I'm just gonna snatch your whole cock, dude. You're just standing there, you're like, it doesn't sound like I'm pissing. What the fuck? Just a hole. It's like a hot swap.
One of the much more tough to prove ones, but it was a guy who got keys to a bus. He showed a bus and he showed the keys and he started the bus.
Oh, I did see that one. Yeah, I didn't know it was from that trend though. I saw that video and I was like, oh shit, the fuck, yeah.
How'd you pull that off? But that one's very difficult to verify because anyone can just buy a bus. I could buy a bus today if I wanted one, and I had the money.
Probably test drive a bus today if you really wanted to.
That's true.
Take it to a parking lot and be like,
hey, bus company, let me get a bus real quick.
He's like, yeah, I'm a student. He really works for the bus company.
Oh, he's like, look at all these buses I took, and it's just a bus dealership.
It's like, is it a black? He like colors it in. It's like black. He's like, yeah, that's nothing. Don't worry about it.
And it's like,
there's like kids on the bus.
He's the bus driver. Like, check this out.
And the bus driver posted, he's like, what did you steal? He points back to all the kids.
Where are we going? This isn't school.
Mr. Bus Driver, where are we going? He's like, shut your goddamn mouth.
Shut your mouth, boy.
Fuck, man.
That might be my my favorite trend on TikTok to ever arise. Just because it's so fucking out there. Yeah. And the caliber of things these people are stealing. There was one that I saw. I'm like, that's definitely a felony. There was someone opened their bag and pulled out the faceplate and the wall mount for a fucking fire alarm. I'm like, that's definitely a felony. There's no way that's not. Damn. There's no way that's not incredibly illegal.
Yeah. God damn.
So, if you're gonna commit a felony,
post it on TikTok.
Maybe don't. But if you really have to commit a felony, you're like, really, I just really need to commit a felonious act today. Maybe don't post it on TikTok.
Or do, for our entertainment.
Or do, because it'd be really funny.
But don't be mad when you get caught.
But don't be upset if you post it on TikTok and then you get caught.
Yeah.
Damn. Usually, this is weird for me, because usually this is the kind of thing I would hate.
Yeah.
But no, I love it. It's great.
You know what community is really cringe on TikTok?
All of them?
Specifically, the Red Dead 2 community on TikTok.
Really? I haven't seen any Red Dead 2 shit on TikTok.
They post like videos of Dutch giving one of his speeches with that sad robot voice being like, Dutch was misunderstood.
Fucking goddamn
Dutch was a great character. Rip Javier. Like, it's like random shit like that, and you're just like,
okay.
Kill me.
Yeah, my For You page is, it's like cats, cars,
devious licks,
devious licks, and like some animal stuff, and then like some random bullshit I find in the middle.
Yeah.
Like I saw a minute-long video. There's a minute-long video. He goes, there's a guy, he's sitting in his truck, he goes, alright, this motherfucker's fires right up, and he's cranking it for a minute straight, and it finally started.
God damn.
So I see shit like that all the time.
That's actually funny. So, I got this, guys. Just cranking, just sitting there in silence, cranking.
And all while there was a ton of smoke coming up from the starter.
Made sense. That's fucking hysterical, dude. Oh man, too good. But yeah, TikTok has some good content.
Commit felonious acts and post them on TikTok.
For Chris's watch. We'll review them.
Yeah.
We could dude, that's hella popular on YouTube.
TikTok reviews?
Yeah, dude.
I was thinking of making a devious lick video about them.
Yeah.
Like, just no real script, just bang one out in a night and then just upload it. Because I think it'd be interesting. Yeah. It's just me cataloging things. It's like a TLC documentary. It's like, bruh, look at this shit. And they don't really do anything about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But yeah, we gotta do things. Yeah,
Commit felonious acts and post them on TikTok.
please.
I am going to
Email them to us.
Yeah. If you commit a felony and you post it on TikTok and you email it to us, we will talk about it on the show.
Yeah. Right after our Life is Strange 2 playthrough.
It's just going to be, maybe this is a Pandora's box thing. Maybe it's just going to be a video of someone standing outside my house.
Oh shit! No, it gets worse and worse. Right? They start grabbing things, and you're like, I kind of recognize those. They have like they have a Fiesta badge. You're
like,
like,
I think I had one of those.
That's
wait a minute.
weird.
Let me check a minute.
Then there's just a door. You're like, that was at my door, and you go out your front door, and they're just standing there.
Like mid TikTok.
Your door is just gone, and they just slowly turn back. It's like the fucking Purge.
And it's just a video. They send it, and it's just me sleeping.
They're taking you.
They steal me. I actually sleep. I'm such a heavy sleeper, I probably wouldn't even notice. If you walked into my room, tied up my feet, and dragged me out a window while I was sleeping, I probably wouldn't know.
You wake up hanging from that winch in your barn.
You're
like, what the fuck?
I'd be like, damn, that's crazy. What did I do last night?
Why do I find that image so funny? It's just a devious fucking video of you being stolen.
Of me kidnapping someone.
And you're just dead asleep. Just sleeping the whole time. And they just steal you. You're just gone.
Damn.
I'm watching it. I'm like, I know this guy.
My cat right now, he's curled up like he's sleeping, but his eyes are wide open.
He's like, his head's like upside down and everything, but he's just wide-eyed. Oh, that's too good. Too fucking good.
Fucking cat. He's just sitting there.
But, yeah. I think that's all we got for this devious episode.
Yep. Talked about trucks. Talked about school. Talked about TikTok.
Buses. More trucks.
We talked about, that's it.
Man, this show sucks.
Yeah, it kind of does. Anyway, roll us out, Jordan.
All right, so if you want to contact us, you can do so via email, synapsemisfire@pm.me, or through the Synapse Misfire Instagram. As always, you can listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, and, of course, Spotify and YouTube. We are looking to maybe implement a video portion for YouTube, so, maybe check in there occasionally. You might get some better reactions, so... But we'll see. We'll keep you in the loop with that. And, yeah. Do the YouTube stuff if you're on YouTube. Shout us out, motherfuckers. Tell everyone you know. The boys are back in town.
We never left town, actually.
No, there was a hurricane.
Jordan.
All right.
Jordan?
Yeah.
Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Please, get out of my house.
All right. Fine. I won't put up a fight this time.
Damn.